A car chase that started in Oxford leads to the arrest of 3 men in Talladega County. The longtime radio voice of the Crimson Tide will soon be a Gamecock, and an Anniston native takes command of one of the Navy's nuclear power aircraft carriers.
Some major changes coming to the weather here in East Alabama. We will detail those changes for you coming up.
Coming up in sports, the Calhoun County Baseball Championship game is taking place tonight at Choccolocca Park. It's a busy night for baseball, softball, soccer, and tennis here in East Alabama. We have the preview coming up. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Mike Stedham.
And I'm Katie Edwards.
Oxford police officers tried to stop a vehicle on Interstate 20 Wednesday afternoon, but the driver of that vehicle refused to stop and led police on a chase through Talladega County on Alabama Highway 21. When the vehicle was finally boxed in by police in the Winterboro community north of Sylacauga, 3 men inside the car were arrested on various charges. Oxford Police Chief Bill Partridge identified the suspects as Tykendrick Weathers of Shreveport, Louisiana, Cameron Anderson of Las Vegas, Nevada, and Travis Frierson, also of Las Vegas. Weathers was charged with reckless endangerment and fleeing from law enforcement, which is a felony in Alabama. Partridge says that chase involved his officers, along with state troopers, Talladega law enforcement, and Oxford's own aviation unit.
Jax State Athletics Director Greg Seitz said this morning that broadcasting legend Eli Gold will provide play-by-play announcing for many of the Gamecocks' remaining ESPN Plus broadcasts this season, starting with their March 19th home game against Samford. Gold brings more than 50 years of experience to the broadcast booth at Jim Case Stadium, where the longtime voice of the Gamecocks, Mike Paris, will continue his radio duties. Gold served as the radio announcer for the University of Alabama's football team for the past 36 seasons. During his career with the Crimson Tide, he handled play-by-play duties for their football and basketball teams and served as the host of the coaches' shows for both football and basketball. Gold has been named the Alabama Sportscaster of the Year 4 times and was inducted into the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame in 2014. He has also been inducted into the Broadcasters Wing of the College Football Hall of Fame. He was recently named the play-by-play voice of the Nashville Cats of the Arena Football League, which kicks off in April.
Anniston native Captain Tim Waits has become the new commander of the Nimitz-class aircraft carrier USS George Washington. Waits, who previously served as commander of USS Blue Ridge, took command in a ceremony on the Washington last month. Waits told his crew that they face a pivotal year ahead as their ship prepares to become the Navy's only forward-deployed carrier later in 2024. Waits, a graduate of White Plains High School, went to the University of Alabama, where he earned both undergraduate and graduate degrees in aerospace engineering. In August 2000, he was designated a naval aviator and began a career that included assignments to numerous strike fighter squadrons around the world. Captain Waits assumed duties as executive officer of Strike Fighter Squadron 86 in November of 2013, and he took command of the Sidewinders in January 2015. In December 2018, Captain Waits became the executive officer of the USS Gerald R. Ford, where he served as commanding officer of Blue Ridge, the command ship for the 7th Fleet, from February 2021 until June of 2022. His military awards include the Legion of Merit, Defense Meritorious Service Medal, the Defense Service Medal, Strike Fight Air Medals with Bronze Star and Combat Distinction, and the Navy Commendation Medal with Combat Distinction.
When we come back, school is in session for law enforcement agents who want to move up the chain of command.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Classes started this week for Alabama police officers enrolled in the new Southeastern Leadership Command College at Jack State. The first class is made up of 44 law enforcement officers representing 25 agencies across the state. The 9-week program is dedicated to training police officers to lead departments and agencies. As the first program of its kind in Alabama, the Command College provides professional development to senior leaders, such as police chiefs and sheriffs, while also grooming those at the sergeant and lieutenant levels for leadership roles. The curriculum centers on general management and leadership principles, including conflict resolution, fiscal responsibilities, and the political, legal, and social environment in law enforcement. Caleb Littlejohn, director of the Center for Best Practices in Law Enforcement, says the classes are going well so far, and he complimented the officers on their willingness to learn new leadership techniques. The Command College is one of several programs and initiatives Jacksonville State has established over the past decade to support Alabama law enforcement. Admission to Command College is open to any Alabama police officer who holds the rank of sergeant or above. The program is free for sworn law enforcement officers in Alabama, and the next session will start in October.
Jeffrey Atkins of Helena is vying for the top job at Jacksonville City Schools. Atkins was named last week as one of 5 finalists in a bid to replace the system's former superintendent, Mike Howard. Howard announced in the fall that he'd be leaving to take over at Lee County Schools. Atkins began his career in Shelby County, where he worked as a teacher and a coach before moving into administrative roles in that system. Atkins holds a doctorate from Samford University, and he earned 2 education degrees from Montevallo University. His bachelor's degree is from JSU.
When we return, local volunteers are being recruited for a work project to help a local neighborhood.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waltrip Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
The Anniston Changers will be back next weekend for another service project. This time, the focus will be in South Anniston. Volunteers will meet up on Saturday, March 16th at 8 a.m. in front of the South Highland Community Center at 229 South Allen Avenue. The group plans to work until 11 that morning in the surrounding area, mowing lawns and pitching up litter. Volunteers are asked to bring lawnmowers, landscaping tools, and gloves. There'll also be some other jobs as well, so workers are asked to help out in any way they can. Refreshments and fellowship will be provided for every person who volunteers. For more information, you may call 256-846-2044.
What a beautiful day.
You getting tired of this yet?
No, this was beautiful
It has
today.
been nice temperature, some sunshine. No, it has been lovely.
It was great.
This is the day we need to just put in the copier and just keep knocking out copies.
Let's do it again tomorrow.
I like it.
Will we do it again tomorrow?
Let's ask John Holder, who's standing by right now in the EAN Weather Center with some answers.
Mike and Katie, the short answer to consecutive days of weather like today is no, at least for the foreseeable future. But next week, that will change. We will have the complete 7-day forecast for all of East Alabama next.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
Plenty of sunshine today across East Alabama. Temperatures soaring to 76 degrees this afternoon, way above average for the high by 12 degrees. Our low this morning, 46. That's above average as well. Our record high temperature, 85. The record low, 22. Sun rising now at 6:02 on your Friday morning, and the sun setting again tonight at 5:45 this afternoon. Weather on your street on a Thursday night, to be honest with you folks, not bad at all. Increasing clouds out on Dupree Lane out by Welborn High School. The temperature dropping down to 55 tonight, but that low temperature is not until early tomorrow morning. We will be in the 60s for most of the evening. A very pleasant night all across East Alabama for any outdoor activities that you might have planned. Coming up tomorrow, it's a case of good news and bad news. The good news out on Biloxi Lane in the Golden Springs area of Anniston is we're going to have some sunshine and dry and mild weather in the first half of the day, but the second half of the day, once we get into about 3 o'clock or so tomorrow afternoon, rainfall returns, and that will begin a lot of rain coming to East Alabama, 71 for the high tomorrow afternoon. As we look ahead to the weekend, the first few hours of the weekend on Saturday, we are going to be looking at a lot of rainfall. But then we're going to turn cooler as we make our way into Saturday night and Sunday. On Southern Avenue up in Piedmont, you can expect temperatures around 70 degrees on Saturday, but only about 60 degrees on Sunday afternoon as cooler temperatures return to East Alabama. Here's the 7-day forecast. You'll see that 60% chance of rain. Keep in mind, this will not be until mid-afternoon or later tomorrow afternoon. This 50% chance of rain on Saturday, that will be before lunchtime on Saturday. In between on Friday night, a 100% chance of rain, and that is leading to a flood watch. We'll detail that for you in just a moment. Sunday, a much better day, much cooler, 60 for the high on Sunday afternoon, and a couple of cool mornings there, if not cold mornings. 39 Sunday morning, we drop down to 35, 36, staying above freezing, but still pretty chilly here on Monday and Tuesday mornings. But look at this stretch of weather that's coming. Plenty of sunshine beginning Saturday afternoon, lasting into Sunday, and really all of next week. And the temperatures getting warmer every day. 60 on Sunday, 64 Monday, low 70s on Tuesday, mid 70s by Wednesday and Thursday. Another stretch of great spring weather coming next week all across the South, including right here in East Alabama. We mentioned the flood watch. National Weather Service office in Birmingham issuing this flood watch. Begins at noon tomorrow, and this will last through 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. But the real time where we might run into some flooding problems is really going to be Friday night and Saturday morning. That's when we expect here in East Alabama, the Gadsden, Anniston, and surrounding areas, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rainfall in a relatively short amount of time. I think most of that rainfall is going to fall in about a 12-hour period from mid-evening on Saturday evening all the way through mid-morning on Saturday morning. We'll watch that very carefully. We'll detail more of that coming for you tomorrow here on EAN Local News. That's tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning, we will have the complete breakdown of your Friday for you, kind of day part by day part, all throughout the day tomorrow. We'll have that for you tomorrow morning right here at 6 a.m. The Calhoun County Baseball Tournament Championship is coming up tonight. Namath Pitts has a preview for you right now in sports. Namath.
Thanks, John. The Calhoun County Baseball Championship game has been delayed from Tuesday to tonight, but it is finally that time as the top 2 seeds meet at Choccolocca Park's SIG Field. The Calhoun County Championship game tonight features the number 1 seed Oxford Yellow Jackets. Coach Travis Jansen, in his first season at Oxford, the Yellow Jackets got to the championship game by beating White Plains in the quarterfinals and beating Jacksonville in the semifinals. Expect to see R.J. Brooks and a couple other Oxford Yellow Jackets on the mound tonight. Alexandria comes into the county championship game as the number 2 seed. Alexandria defeated Ohatchee in the quarterfinals and then walked it off against Piedmont in the semifinals. Coach Zach Welch's team expect to see Trip Patterson on the mound tonight. It's going to be a great one at Signature Field at Choccolocca Park as the Oxford Yellow Jackets and Alexandria Valley Cubs go head-to-head. In baseball outside of the county tournament, these two teams were supposed to meet Tuesday at Ohatchee, but the weather canceled that game. They were supposed to meet tonight at Welborn, but this game's actually going to be at Ohatchee, making up that canceled game on Tuesday. So J.D. Phillips and the Walter Welborn Panthers head to Ohatchee tonight to face Coach Kyle Parrish and the Ohatchee Indians. Also tonight, the Anniston Bulldogs, much improved team this season, already have a win on the season. They defeated Sacs earlier this year. Anniston's playing at home tonight, right below the hospital, and they are going to be hosting Wadley. So Wadley is going to make the trip here to Anniston tonight to Calhoun County to face the Bulldogs in non-area Class 4A versus Class 1A play. Also tonight, this is an area game featuring the Donahoe Falcons. Coach Steve Gendron's team is going to be at home tonight on the mountain as they're going to host the Faith Christian Lions. Now again, this is area play for both teams in Class 1A. Two teams that are familiar with each other. They've already played once this season with Donahoe winning that game. It's a rematch tonight on the mountain. Also tonight, Coach Blake Jennings and the White Plains Wildcats are at home tonight, and they are hosting the Bears of Plainview. No, that is not the Memphis Grizzlies. That is the Plainview Bears. And they are coming to White Plains tonight to face Coach Jennings' team. And he has already announced that Cooper Tenney, who has not pitched in about 10 days due to a sore arm, will be on the mound tonight for White Plains. Also tonight, the Sacs Wildcats are at home. They will host Coach Tommy Miller and the Jacksonville Christian Thunder. This is Class 1A versus Class 3A non-area play as the Sacs Wildcats host the Jacksonville Christian Academy Thunder tonight at home. Also tonight, it is area play for Dalton Turner and the Pleasant Valley Raiders. The Pleasant Valley Raiders will head up to Gaston tonight to face the Bulldogs. That is not Georgia. That is Gaston, and that is where Pleasant Valley is headed tonight for area play in Class 2A. The Pleasant Valley Raiders are at Gaston. Also tonight, Randolph County is at home tonight facing the Bulldogs of Ranburne. So Ranburne goes on the road tonight to face Randolph County. These two teams have already met once this season with Ranburne taking that game. So this is a rematch. It's non-area play, Class 3A versus Class 2A as Ranburne travels to Randolph County. It's a busy night for softball here in East Alabama, so let's go ahead and take a look at the matchups for tonight. Let's start with the Oxford Yellow Jackets, who are at home tonight. This is an area game for Coach McKibben's team. Last time they played Gadsden City, they beat them badly. So we'll see if that's the same trend tonight, if the run rule will be in play. This game's at Signature Field at Choccolocca Park as the Oxford Yellow Jackets host the Gadsden City Titans in an area game in Class 6A. Also tonight, Brenna Vincent and the Welborn Panthers have had a bit of a rocky season to start. Tonight they're at home playing Talladega. The Tigers come to Welborn. These two teams were supposed to meet earlier this year, but weather canceled that game. So this is the first meeting. It's non-area Class 3A versus Class 4A as the Welborn Panthers host the Talladega Tigers at June Brooks Field. Also tonight, the Faith Christian Lions are at home tonight, and the Lions are facing Talladega County Central. So TCC makes the trip to Anniston tonight to play Faith Christian. This is Class 1A softball play. Also tonight, the Sacs Wildcats will get as close as you can get to Georgia without actually getting in Georgia, as the Wildcats will head to Ranburne tonight. This is not an area game. This is Class 2A versus Class 3A. So you've got Randolph County baseball on the road, but softball is at home tonight facing the Wildcats of Sacs. Also tonight, no team is probably as hot in this area than Ohatchee. Now, Alexandria started really well. Piedmont and Oxford are doing good. But Ohatchee is 11-1 on the season, and tonight they host the Bulldogs of Asheville. Nobody has started the season as surging hot as Ohatchee. Coach Poe's team, led by a slew of Ohatchee players. One of them obviously signed to play softball at Gadsden State University, and Miss Carden. And tonight they face Asheville, who they've already defeated once this season. They went to Asheville and won earlier in the season. Tonight they host the Bulldogs at home. Also tonight, the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, Coach Ashley's team, is playing at home tonight, and they are certainly going to have their hands full tonight when they host Coach Hess and the Alexandria Valley Cubs. Alexandria coming off a win over Central Clay, where the two Hess sisters led the way. For the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, it's all about preparation before area play. Coach Ashley, in his first season at Jacksonville, they host the Alexandria Valley Cubs tonight at home. Also tonight, Coach Rachel Smith and the Piedmont Bulldogs, they are they're continuing area play. They got a win over Sachs Tuesday. Tonight they're at home facing Coach Andy Fulmer and the Weaver Bearcats. I would expect to see, this is going to be, what I love about this game, guys, is you're going to see coach's daughter versus coach's daughter. Rachel Smith's daughter, Savannah Smith, will be on the mound for Piedmont. Kenley Fulmer, the daughter of Weaver head coach, is going to be in the mound. So both coaches' daughters are going to be pitching against each other in a duel, and what I would expect to be an area championship game already this early in the season as Weaver travels to Piedmont. Also tonight, Randolph County at home, both baseball and softball. Softball-wise, they're going to be hosting Coach Bryant and the Pleasant Valley Raiders. Pleasant Valley has aspirations to win a state championship this year. They feel like they certainly have the roster. They get tested tonight against a really good team in Randolph County who has some college pitchers on that team, much improved over the previous few years. So tonight, Coach Bryant and the Pleasant Valley Raiders travel to Randolph County. Cleburne County is at home tonight. The Tigers have, I think this is their third straight home game tonight as they host the Vols of Central Clay. So Cleburne County, baseball has the night off, but softball is at home tonight hosting Central Clay. We only have 2 soccer games here in East Alabama tonight, so let's go ahead and take a look at the 2 games for tonight. And we start with the Oxford Yellow Jackets. I got to tell you, if you're an Oxford fan, you've got a lot happening tonight in Oxford. You've got the baseball team playing for a county championship. You've got the softball team playing an area game at home. And you got the soccer team playing an area game at home. What would make this even better for me is if this game was at Choccolocca Park. But it's going to be on the football field at Oxford as the soccer team, both boys and girls, host an area game against Fort Payne tonight. And the other soccer game tonight is also an area game. It features the #1 team in Class 1A through 3A for soccer, and that is the Donahoe Falcons. Donahoe baseball is playing at home tonight, so is the soccer. So you can catch a game right there on the football field, or you can catch a game right behind you on the baseball field. Either way, it's a busy night at Donahoe tonight. The Falcons host Collinsville. Collinsville makes the trip tonight for an area game. And finally, the last sport remaining for tonight in East Alabama is tennis. And we have 2 meets that are taking place today. 1 team on the road, 1 team at home. Let's go ahead and take a look, and starting with the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. When I say home, I don't mean at Jacksonville, but they play at Jacksonville State University. So the Jacksonville Golden Eagles tennis team is at home this evening. They're playing at Jacksonville State University, where they are hosting Cherokee County out of Center. So if you want to see a good tennis match today, go to Jacksonville State University right behind Pete Matthews Coliseum, where you'll find the Jacksonville Golden Eagles going head-to-head with Cherokee County. And the other one tonight features the Donahoe Falcons. Donahoe is on the road tonight at Sardis to face the Lions. So Donahoe won the county championship, both boys and girls, won the Red Wilder Invitational. They're both on the road tonight going up to Sardis to face the Lions. And that's it for EAN Local Sports. Let's go back over to Mike and Katie.
Thanks for that update, Namath, and thank you for watching us today.
You can find us here online every weekday on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or our website. You just go to the platform of your choice, and you can watch our news, sports, and weather content whenever it's convenient for you.
We'll see you back here Friday for your news on your schedule.